is the procedural algorithm, really pseudo-procedural, where we're saying, okay, for loop between 0 and 50 times, I want you to do all this stuff. Now we're spawning this thing called a block, and then the block shows up. Now there's a couple things I want to do about this. First of all, I kind of want to replace this static mesh and see if I can get it a instanced static mesh. Much better. If you don't know anything about instant static meshes, they're much more efficient because it's basically you promising the game engine to not do certain things with this particular instant static mesh, like move it, for example, in the world, which in Minecraft blocks don't move, so that's perfect. In exchange for it giving you back certain performance. Because if the game engine can know with certainty that your model is not going to ever move, well, then it can do things like turn off shadows for that model because it knows for a fact that it will never move because you've made it of the type of static mesh or model that can't move. You've made it an instant static mesh, so it's a really useful performance consideration. So I'm changing all of our static meshes because, ultimately you want to generate a whole world of blocks. You don't want actual static meshes. You want these instant static meshes. So we're going to do that for a second. And then let's see, is that going to break anything? Who knows? Let's hit play again, see if anything gets generated. I think it did break it. Uh-oh. So we've got to figure out, okay, why is it not spawning the blueprint with the instant static mesh on it? Because I've spawned instant static meshes before. There's usually no problem with that. So let's see. What did we do wrong here? Sometimes you just got to compile, instigator, block, BP block. Oh, wait a second. I don't see the static mesh here. Now, maybe because it can't be spawned at design time. Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. If you've seen in my game, we talked about like the wheat that you saw on the ground and everything that grows. And you got to think, I got to have thousands and thousands and thousands of those single wheat meshes. Okay, those are instant static meshes. So that's where my main experience with them comes from. So let me think about that while we figure that one out. Let's take a look at kind of character control since it's been a while since we visited that. So now I'm kind of moving around and I'm, some sort of Minecraft entity is the idea. Let's see what we can do in terms of getting our character ability, character movement and stuff to kind of work. I think what we really got to do is start with being a creeper. If we're going to design a mob, we got to be a creeper first. So, all right, line trace for objects. This is what draws a line from the center of the camera out so that we can actually eventually enable and select things. So that works fine. And then right now I print the string of the result, but we don't need to do that anymore. That's fine. It all gets stored in a hit result variable anyway. And I don't need to see that line. Just keep it invisible. So this is called mob parent. If you remember that whole idea of there being parent classes and then children classes that can inherit it, okay, it's a fundamental programming concept. That's how we want to design this. We want all our basic functionality, things that all characters have, like movement speed and health, right? And the ability to look at things and turn around and stuff. We'll have all that stuff live on the parents since we know all the children are going to inherit those sorts of things. But then the specific things like the ability to self-explode, right? We'll reserve those code and systems and stuff for the certain child classes of that parent that should be able to do that. In this case, namely the creeper, for example. Okay, but looks like we've actually set some stuff up. We set up a health, player health, strength, okay, speed, things like that. Strength for our creeper is basically 0. They don't hit, right? So let's make a child class of our parent blueprint. So I'm going to go in here. There's mob parent. Oh, you know what? And it looks like I made something called BP Creeper, whose parent class is, in fact, mob parent. Okay, awesome. So that we did that. So let's take a look at that. And this is a child of the parent, so it should have the same functionality. See, the camera's in the same spot, all that kind of deal, right? We could add Calem's mesh here, actually. So let's try that. That would be really funny. So we'll do that. Does anyone else have any assets for the Minecraft game? Sound effects would be great. We need the creeper blow up sound effect. That'll be needed soon because we're gonna start doing this stuff. The that thing, right? We need it where it's the false start, where if something goes away, you can cancel it. Because I think what we're gonna do is we'll make the player be able to hit a cancel button before they finally self-destruct. It's gonna be cool. All right, so let's make this creeper. And remember, the size might be all wonky because whenever you import stuff into Unreal from another program, if that program uses centimeters or something, or meters, things can get weird. So, because Unreal uses centimeters. Alrighty, so we'll want to play that creeper, so I'm going to bring him out into the world. And I'll set his auto-possess property to say, yes, please possess player 0. So when we hit the play button, we are that guy. Okay. And again, we're in first person right now. This might be one of those scenarios where we should go into third person so you can kind of feel like you're a creeper because you can at least see yourself. That's a good design question for you guys. Like, should we be able to see ourselves like from behind the creeper or something? Like, should it be more this kind of view? And for all of our characters in this project, you know, here I am looking out. Again, it looks kind of funky because again, we're not animated and we're sort of sliding around. So should it be like this, you think? Or should it be first person? Put your answer in the chat. All right, so we've got this creeper guy here. What we're gonna do is let's make a custom, and let's make him a little slower. I just realized he was a bit fast. 600 is the default speed. We'll set his to 350. All right. All right. What should maybe we could be able to toggle it, maybe first and third. So you guys want both? Yeah, we could definitely do a toggle. I'll maybe add in the toggle later, but we can definitely do the toggle. First is good for now. Okay. So let's do what should be our blow up button. So what does the player have to press to start the blowing up effect, where kind of the creeper gets puffed up and then puffed up some more? What key or mouse, or what do you think? Should it be left mouse? Should it be a space bar? Well, it's kind of like jump, but yeah, creepers can't. Well, no, you might get it over a block probably, so you probably want that. Space. I could see maybe you spamming space to like start up the thing could be good. Let's do this. Custom event. Begin blow up sequence. And we will get the characters, the mesh that we added. We're going to do a timeline, actually. Timeline. The F key. I think that's kind of good, actually. This will be like our incremental, like expanding the creeper. You'll see how I do this. So with a timeline, we're going to say, okay, time 0, value 0. Here we're going to say time. How long does it take to kind of get bigger? Let's say 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds, maybe. Up to a value of 1. The total timeline is 3 seconds. Okay, so we have this incrementing line going from 0 all up to 1. And you know, you can bend these lines, which are cool, so that it kind of has like a, it slows down at the end there and stuff, which sometimes gives it a more smooth effect. So I'll do that. Okay, that'll be perfect. Now this is going to spit out this number. We'll just name this, let's name it creeper size, because the creeper increases in size, as the blow up, begins. So we'll do this. Creeper size. We're going to get our static mesh right here. This is our creeper's body. And we're going to set the scale of it. That's how big it is. Set relative scales fine. And we're going to do what's called a lerp, which is going to blend between an A and a B. Okay, so A is whatever his normal size is. And right now his normal size is 8 by 8 by 8. Okay, so I'm going to put 8 by 8 by 8. And we want him to get bigger, so let's make him go up to 10 by 10 by 10. When you do something called a lerp, you get to plug in a number, this thing called the alpha, between 0 and 1. And if it's at fully 1, exactly the value of B is what's going to get returned. If it's at the value of 0, exactly what's at A is going to be returned. If it's somewhere in between 0 and 1, the exact in between of these two numbers is what's going to be returned, which is really nice. Okay, so we'll plug in our creeper size, bam, into alpha, and then update. Okay. Now we need a way to cancel this, so before it's too late and we blow up, so to speak. So let's make a custom event called cancel blow up, and we're gonna plug that into reverse. Maybe there's a couple we do: reverse, then or stop. Yeah, reverse, stop, and then reverse possibly. That would probably make more sense. Maybe we do so I can add a sequence here, where the first thing it does is it stops, and then literally a frame later, or less than a frame later, it then reverses. Okay. Whatever we pick up should be all the same for the mob's main ability. Whatever we pick. Oh, you're talking about for like pickups and stuff? Like if there are pickups? Explain what you mean. That sounds interesting.
I just meant whatever key we pick should be the same for all mobs' main ability.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. It's a really good point, actually. That's a UX consideration, the user experience. You don't want to confuse them as a different interface for each, different button they press. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm not set on this yet. But let's just for right now, just for testing, I'm going to do left mouse starts it, right mouse is going to cancel it. Again, I don't think that's a good design at all, but we'll let me just try it with that, because I kind of liked, oh, not left, I want to right mouse. I liked the space bar idea. It wasn't a bad idea, but I also wonder if that's going to interfere with jumping or not. So left mouse, okay, is going to begin blow up. And then cancel is going to cancel blow up. Okay. Oh, and best part is we need to explode at the end. So on our timeline, we have something called finished. So let's do this. Let's do spawn particle. And the node's actually called spawn emitter. And spawn emitter attach. Spawn emitter at location is better. We're going to spawn. Oh, no, don't connect that. I only want this on the finished node here. Sometimes I don't like these wires crossing, so we'll do this kind of thing. I know I'm keeping you guys a couple of minutes after, but this is what we're going to do. So we're almost done. Let's do explosion. And I actually have a sound for the explosion. So we'll play sound. And we'll do the explosion sound effect. And this is going to be like a fireball explosion. So not exactly Minecraft's version of an explosion. But again, that's all right for now. We're just figuring this out. All right, so it's going to make this happen. We got to decide where is it actually, where is the particle being exploded at. It has to be, we have to get the location of this guy, of ourself. So we can just get, can we do get actor location? That would be great. That'd be the simplest. Perfect, yep. Plug that into location, all right. So to play the sound. And then we want to destroy the actor. So let's we'll do a 2-second delay, and we're actually going to destroy, which means will be deleted. Destroy actor self. Okay? It will delete us from the game. So that's only happen if we get to finish. The idea being, well, if I do cancel, then it's going to stop and reverse it. I don't know if it's going to work, guys. We'll see. I've never blown up a creeper before. In Minecraft I have, not in Unreal Craft. All right, so let's hit play. All right, I'm a creeper. I'm doing my creeper thing. You know, whatever creepers do. I'm not sure what creepers do when they're not being around in Minecraft blowing things up. I have a few friends who know a few creepers, so I'll I'll ask them. All right, so if I press left, he should start to get big. 1, 2, 3. There he goes. Okay, now I just pressed right mouse and he got small. Oh, he still explodes. Why did he still explode? That wasn't fair. Let me try one more time. I canceled it. You saw that I canceled it, but he still wanted to explode at the end there. So, all right, if I click, here he gets bigger, bigger, bigger. There's that violent explosion. That's just weird, though, that when I canceled it, you know, I'm going to cancel it now. He goes small, but then he still explodes in a fiery hailstorm. So the only thing I could think of, let's see, all right, cancel blow up says, hey, man, I want to reverse this. I could put a Boolean here that says blow up was canceled and then make sure that this part only happens if the Boolean. So, all right, we'll do it like this. Watch this, and this will be the last thing. So I'm going to make a Boolean called permission to explode, question mark. All right? If permission to explode is true, and only if it's true, do we actually move forward with the explosion. If not, if false, do nothing. And that's off of the finished here. Now all I got to do is say, hey, when we start the blow up sequence like this, of course we're going to set permission to explode is going to be true. But guess what? If the player presses cancel at any point, we're going to set that to false. And that way they're going to be okay. All right, let's see if that works. All right, 3, 2, 1, starting and cancel. And I'm good. All right, 3, 2, 1, getting bigger, and cancel. And we're okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, getting bigger. I'm not going to cancel this time. And he explodes. Guys, how cool is that? All right, so in like 15 short minutes, we were able to knock out creeper explosions. Can you change the opacity of the texture so that it goes white? Yeah, we could. We don't have time today, though. Remind me next time, because I'll forget. I'll put in the notes, but I still might forget. But we can do that flashing thing. But somebody's got to find me the sound effect, all right? So I'll put that in the notes, though. Change creeper opacity to white when it flashes into explosion mode. This is cool. That could make it seem more like smoke. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Before I let you go, I'm going to drop the link one more time. This is an assignment. This is a graded assignment. Everyone needs to do this. They need to do this today. I'm not waiting to the end of the week on this one because I have to get it in like soon. So please complete. Here is the link. I'm going to go get me some Starbucks. Have a good day. Nice talking to you all. And thank you for having your cameras, so many of you today. Always makes it a lot better. And for the live stream people, I'm